Luffy's true dream above Pirate King is one of the most secretive things Oda has ever added to One Piece. Some people think it's to create a world of freedom, or a world of pirates, or to have the world's biggest party. But what if I told you that chapter 1069 held one of the biggest clues when it comes to Luffy's true dream? The fact that Vegapunk theorized devil fruits are created from people's dreams, aka imagination, instantly clicked in my mind, since Nika's awakening is the epitome of perfect imagination. It all makes sense now. Luffy's true dream is to make everyone else's dreams come true. This is something a child would say. This would sound childish to a group of adults, and maybe, just maybe, becoming Pirate King makes this dream more realistic. I have way more concrete evidence proving this case, so stay tuned by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more top-notch One Piece theories. Ever since chapter 585 of One Piece, it's always seemed like Luffy has a dream above becoming Pirate King. This was shown when Luffy's talking to both Ace and Sabo about what they want to do, and Luffy has his pretty much thrown into the background. Oda's hiding it from us. But even then, in chapter 1060, Luffy also mentions the dream again, and it seems to be something very important, something very integral to both Luffy and the story of One Piece. What can this dream be? It is my belief that Luffy's true dream is to make everyone else's dream come true. Yes, this might sound cringe, yes, it might seem far-fetched or too obvious or something, but I promise you it makes a lot of sense. I'm just laying this out for you right now so you'll know what to expect. It'll all come clicking together. So first of all, there's a few parameters that decide what Luffy's true dream can actually be. The first one is it seems like it must be a dream that a 7-year-old child can think of. So if you insert the phrase, "I'm gonna make everyone's dream come true," or "I'll be able to make everyone's dream come true," whatever type of wording you want to use, this definitely sounds like something unachievable, something completely ridiculous that a kid would want to do. Why would a kid want to make everyone's dream come true? I don't know. Luffy doesn't make sense sometimes. I think this kind of fits the context. Another context clue is that Roger told the same exact dream to both Whitebeard and Odin, and they had kind of a reaction like, what is this guy talking about? Is this guy for real? He's childish. Again, this is alluding that whatever the dream is, it must be something ridiculous, something a kid would say. So if you insert the phrase of Roger wanting to make everyone's dream come true, this sounds like something a kid would say. This sounds like something that would warrant the reaction Whitebeard and Odin gave. The third parameter for what Luffy's true dream is it seems something unachievable, something really difficult to the Straw Hat crew. Now don't get me wrong, they believe in Luffy, he'll become Pirate King, he'll become the most free man, he'll take down NL, take down Crocodile, take down Kaido. All of that is sweet and dandy, but to make everyone in the world's dream come true, how is that feasible? How is that realistic? I can see why this sounds like something way too far-fetched to the Straw Hats, so again, this does fit the parameter. Luffy wants to make everyone's dream come true. The fourth parameter is it seems like Pirate King might give you a chance to make this dream come true. In Luffy's eyes, being the Pirate King is being the most free man in the world. If you're not the most free man, if you can't do whatever you want, if you don't have maximum freedom, how can you give other people the ability to have their dreams come true? It doesn't really make sense. It's not really possible. So those are the main parameters that I like to judge Luffy's dream based on, and I'm sure there's more you guys can think of. Let me know down in the comments if Luffy's dream of wanting everyone's dream to come true fits your parameters. But as far as more details in One Piece, chapter 1069 was a gold mine of both lore, action, and beauty. I think it was definitely in one of my favorite chapters in 2022, but that's besides the point. Let's stay on topic. In chapter 1069, Vegapunk basically gave us an idea, a theory on how devil fruits come to be. He thinks that when a person's dream, desire, wish, whatever you want to call it, is so grand, it creates a devil fruit because that person wishes to advance and evolve as a human. Well, you have to think like there must be a mechanic in between. You have the person making the wish, the dream, and then the devil fruit comes to be, but I feel like there's something in the middle, and that's when it clicked. Knowing that Luffy ate the sun god Nika fruit, the warrior of liberation, the man of imagination, it seems like Luffy and the Nika fruit could fit in that mechanic slot. So I could see a scenario where a kid has a dream of, I don't know, wanting to eat one day, and Luffy makes his dream come true. Or you could swap this around. If a kid wanted to be a fireman, maybe, just maybe, Luffy could make a fire Logia devil fruit. And this seems to be a pretty sound line of thinking. Like clearly these people, these kids are having dreams or using their imagination to create a devil fruit. So clearly people's dreams and imagination is coming true, but we don't know the mechanic how. It can't be as simple as like anyone thinking, you know what, I want to be this, I want to be that. Boom, it's there. There has to be some kind of mechanic that creating a devil fruit is contingent on. And I believe that this mechanic is the sun god Nika devil fruit. Whenever I make One Piece theories, I like to look at the idea in retrospect. Pretend the idea came true, go back in the story and see what would make sense, see what's plausible for foreshadowing in One Piece. Well, one case is we see that Blackbeard tells Luffy dreams never die. So what, a kid has a dream, it never dies and it becomes a devil fruit? There's still something in the middle, and again, I believe it's the Nika fruit. This scene has a lot more depth than we realize if this theory comes true. One other thing that kind of crossed my mind is, why would Joy Boy be called Joy Boy? Sure, he could be freeing slaves and liberating people, but what if it's something a little bit more deep than that? Like, this guy was known for centuries and centuries, like a whole millennium. He must have been way too grand, something no one's ever seen before. Yes, Luffy has beaten bad villains, he's fed people, he's done all sorts of great stuff. Luffy doesn't want to be a hero, people call me hero, it is what it is. But I feel like Joy Boy was doing something a lot more grand than what Luffy's doing. And I feel like they were calling Joy Boy a man of joy because he was the one making people's dreams come true. And again, look at this in retrospect. Luffy might not be creating devil fruits right now, but he's sure making people's dreams come true. Look at Toto from Alabasta. He wanted water again. He wanted a thriving water fountain. And it was up to Luffy to defeat Crocodile for that water fountain to rise yet again. Or what about the people of Okabora Town? They wanted food and they were starving and Kaido pretty much never fed them and they were killing children, all types of crazy shit. And it was Luffy making their dreams come true. But maybe this has to be more physical. Maybe Luffy using the Nika fruit takes us to another level. Now let's think about Joy Boy and the ancient weapons for a second. Throughout the Ohara flashback, we see that the world government basically believes, like, you know what? We don't want anyone having ancient weapons. No one deserves them because the idea of having them is a threat. Like, we don't care who has them. No one can have this because they're so powerful. Imagine the ability to create devil fruits is like that. So maybe Joy Boy and this Nika fruit was seen the same way. Like, hey, we can't let you making devil fruits. That's like you holding an ancient weapon because of the possibilities, because of the level of threat it is. So what do they do to Joy Boy? They kill him. They erase him. They don't want anyone knowing that this devil fruit, the sun god Nika fruit, can make people's dreams come true. It can make devil fruits come into existence. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it seems to me that either Joy Boy and Nika are the same person, or there's someone very similar to each other, maybe through inherited will. Regardless of the scenario, it seems to be the case that both Joy Boy and Nika are against the world government. You think about Luffy, he's always been against the world government, but most importantly, he has the sun god Nika fruit. What is the awakening of the sun god Nika fruit? Imagination.
Imagination.
Imagination is symbolic of many things. I'm sure you could find 100 different things, but to me it seems like the power of imagination is symbolic of change. Then when you look at the real world government, or more importantly the One Piece world government, they are order. They don't want anything to change. They want everything to remain the same. They want to be on top. It seems to me like we're gonna have this battle of imagination versus reality, aka Luffy versus Emu. But that's just a theory. If that sounds interesting, comment down below. Maybe I'll make a video on that. But either way, it seems like sun god Nika is able to create, use imagination, and make change, and this goes against the symbolism of the world government. Order. And I know people for a long time have been throwing around the idea of Emu creating devil fruits, but Emu wants order. Emu doesn't want change. Emu doesn't believe in dreams, or at least that's what it seems like symbolically. So if there was someone creating a devil fruit, could it be Nika / Joy Boy, aka Luffy? Another huge point to this theory about Luffy's true dream being making everyone's dream come true is the fact that Shanks approved of Luffy's dream. If you think back to Shanks as a child and growing up, he grew up in a pirate crew that pretty much condemned devil fruits. That's why Buggy eating a devil fruit was such a big deal. Shanks was raised in a hockey man culture. Then when Shanks grows up, he recruits Yasopp, yada yada yada. He makes his own crew of pure hockey men. Oda is heavily alluding that Shanks believes in this hockey man culture, so then you have to question, why would he go after this devil fruit? Why would he steal the Nika fruit? Like, Shanks went out of his way to target the world government and Cypher Pole for this devil fruit when he himself doesn't even care about devil fruits. And it just so happens that this is the sun god Nika fruit. I doubt this is coincidence, and I'm led to believe that Shanks knew that this sun god Nika fruit was important and he knew all about it. So therefore, does Shanks know about Joy Boy? Does he know about Nika? Does he know about the awakening? If there's anyone in One Piece that knows the most about Nika, or, you know, information about Nika and this whole Nika fruit, I think it would be Shanks. So then when you look back at how Shanks heard about Luffy's true dream and Shanks approved of Luffy's true dream and even gave him the straw hat and yada yada, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think those two things will tie in together. Imagine he sees Luffy eat the Nika fruit and he thinks, Shanks, oh man, this is the power of imagination. You can create devil fruits, you can make dreams come true. And then Luffy tells him, unknowingly as a 7-year-old, you know what, I want to make everyone's dream come true. This would sound good to Shanks. He would know that Luffy was the right one to eat the fruit. Also, this would connect to why he said that Luffy said the same thing Roger said. It's because Shanks heard Luffy's true dream of wanting to make everyone's dream come true. All right, we've looked long enough under the magnifying glass to see the case of Luffy's true dream. Now let's take a step back. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the poeticness, the symbolism behind Luffy's true dream. Like I said earlier, Luffy's already going island to island, kingdom to kingdom, making people's dreams come true. Now, whether it's intentionally or non-intentionally, it really doesn't matter. The end result is the same. When you have Toto begging for a water fountain, Luffy made that happen. That was his dream. So if Luffy's true dream is to make everyone else's dream come true, that is poetic. That is tying all these loose ends together into a conclusion that makes sense because Luffy's been doing it the whole time. So the whole argument of Luffy wouldn't want people's dreams to come true, he's not a hero, you could say the same thing about any good deed Luffy's done. Why would Luffy feed a town of people? He's not a hero. He doesn't share meat. Why would Luffy help this man with a fucking water fountain? He doesn't care. He doesn't want to share his meat. You could use it for anything, and I'm sure for any other idea of Luffy's true dream. But in conclusion, it is my sincere belief that Luffy's true dream is to make everyone else's dream come true.